The National Weather Service office here in Louisville, Kentucky celebrates its 150th anniversary Saturday, September 11th, 2021. I'm Brian Newdorf. I am one of the forecasters here at the Louisville office, and a lot has changed in 150 years. Our name has changed. Our location of where the building's been at, that's changed, as well as the technology in forecasting the weather. But over all those years, the one thing that remains the same is our commitment to the mission of protecting life and property. The first weather service in the United States was established in February of 1870 by a joint congressional resolution. It was signed into law by President Ulysses S. Grant. This new weather agency was part of the War Department and called the Division of Telegrams and Reports for the benefit of commerce. Because of its long name, it was frequently referred to as the National Weather Service, or General Weather Service of the United States. It wouldn't officially be called the National Weather Service for another 100 years. Just a year and a half later, on September 11, 1871, the first U.S. government weather office was established right here in Louisville, Kentucky. It was located downtown at what was then 3rd and Green Street. Today, that is 3rd and Liberty, at the Custom House and Post Office building. Weather observations didn't begin until November 1st of that year. From 1870 to 1891, under the Signal Service, most forecasts originated from the main office in Washington, D.C., with the field offices like Louisville's providing observations. Little meteorology was used to make weather forecasts in those days. They were quite simple in nature, containing basic weather info like clouds and precipitation. It was just assumed that if weather occurred at one location, it just moved downstream to the next. Meteorological duties were transferred from the U.S. Army Signal Service to the Department of Agriculture in 1891, making the newly named Weather Bureau an organized civilian weather service within the federal government. The Weather Bureau remained within the Department of Agriculture until 1940, when it transferred to the Department of Commerce, where it resides today. 30 years later, in 1970, the Weather Bureau would become the National Weather Service. Louisville's weather office has moved several times over the last 150 years. Various locations throughout downtown Louisville between 1871 to 1945. An airport office was established at Bowman Field in 1930. In 1947, the office would then move to Stanford Field, where it would stay in the immediate vicinity of the airport for the next 4.5 decades. Our last move occurred in 1993, when the office moved to its current location at 6201 Thyler Lane, just off the Gene Snyder in southern Louisville. The tools, technology, and science have also changed over the last 150 years. The Weather Bureau started using radar in 1947, which was modified technology used by naval aircraft. The Louisville office didn't get its first radar until 1962, which was installed at Stanford Field. Modernization of the Weather Service took place between 1989 and 2000 at the tune of $4.5 billion. This modernization not only changed the way the National Weather Service operates, but also resulted in improving the agency's capabilities to carry out its mission to protect life and property. As part of the modernization program, a new network of advanced Doppler radars, or the Next Generation Weather Radar, WSR-88D, was implemented across the country. This network of Doppler radars contributed to increased lead time in predicting severe weather events, such as tornadoes, hail, and flash floods. The Louisville office commissioned their Doppler radar at Fort Knox on November 29, 1994. This radar continues to serve our region today and has seen numerous changes and upgrades over the years. For example, when we got an upgrade to dual polarization back in 2012. Other technological modernization included automated surface observing system, a new series of weather satellites, and advanced computer systems for each weather forecast office. Today, the National Weather Service here in Louisville is just one of 122 field offices and is responsible for monitoring weather conditions, weather forecasting, warnings, and aviation weather for 49 counties in central Kentucky and 10 counties in southern Indiana.